without watching the film, that was two really, really good college basketball programs playing tonight. I mean, that's two really good college basketball programs, not just the game, the entire program, the way everything's ran. I mean, that's, we can break the game down two ways. The last 4 minutes of the first half are their crucial segment of the game. And then their backcourt quickness caused us problems we haven't seen. And again, give them credit. The atmosphere, that's amazing. That's college basketball. That's two really good teams. One team shoots 57, one team shoots 62. That's some really good college basketball right there. And don't say it's lack of defense, because I mean those teams, everybody was fighting their with everything they had defensive, both ends. Go ahead.
You talked about some of the percentages earlier, but Liberty as a team shot 60%. You have some teams that just overall can't even approach that when it comes time to end at the end of the game. I don't know. What is it like playing against a team that's just that effective from beyond the arc like that?
It's not fun. When you ask me what it's like, it's not fun. Give them credit. They make some of them off the bounce. They made some off the edge. 2 4-point plays. I mean, but we knew that going in. They made 16 on Tuesday. They were 16 for 33 on Tuesday.
Well,
tonight, they're 15 for 25.
Well, despite that, you all kept on fighting, kept on, clawing back into it, got within, I think within 7 points at one time, kept on, like, they shot 60% and the score doesn't reflect that. How do you, I guess, explain that to a casual basketball fan?
Well, the 3-point shot, you're going to see it all over college basketball. Alabama's one of the best college basketball teams in the country. And the other night, they don't go in and against Arkansas, they could beat 18. I mean, that happens. Tonight, Liberty is really good, and they go 15 for 25. They outscored 36 points from the three. Now, we outscored them in the paint. We outscored them from the line, but you can't offset 15 for 25 shooting from the 3-point line. You can't.
Well, despite that, I want to come back to a topic we kind of discussed over the winter. First time in Division I, first time in the conference. You all weren't picked very high, but you sat there you all came together, worked together, produced a season that got you all to the regular season conference title game, and it was a game until the end. What do you think about that?
Well, I told the team after the game, and everybody, every assistant, manager, everybody, nobody feels any different about our team. And if we had won this game today, our focus would have been on Thursday night, that first 4 minutes of that game Thursday night. Nothing's changed. Not one thing's changed. Our focus now, we play this season in segments. Today, the segment ended. We were second place in the A-Sun. The next segment is the conference tournament, and that starts Thursday night. And we will play that segment. Not one thing. That's what having a program's about. You're consistent, and the players know that. If we'd have won, our next focus would have been Thursday night.
All right, well, I guess at this point, besides just making sure everyone's healthy and doing what they need to do so they can be ready for Thursday, like, what's some of the biggest takeaways you all can I guess mine from this and use to get ready for the conference tournament?
Well, we've got to do everything we do. We got to do it better. And we've got to have a day off tomorrow, mandatory wise. And then we'll start on Monday, travel Tuesday after practice, and play Thursday. Now, the game, you're not going to reinvent the game in 3 days. We've got to be sharper, more precise, and more together defensively. I mean, we do. their backcourt quickness. It would be impossible for me to simulate that in practice. Those two guards, it's impossible. We can't simulate that. So what we do, we learn from the opportunity we had to compete against it, and we adjust. Couldn't simulate that going in. There's no way.
All right. Well, for the world out there that finally got to see some what used to be Division II basketball, now Division I, got anything to say to them?
That's great college basketball. That was great college basketball. That's important to me. It is. I mean, I watch a lot of college basketball. That was great college basketball.
All right.
Scotty, it looked like you had a couple long conversations with the officials during the game. There was a couple little bouts of chippiness. I know it was a technical issue. Just what were your conversations?
No, it wasn't about the chippiness. It was the delay of game. It was the delay.
Okay.
It was the tempo of the game. It had nothing to do with anybody saying anything. I don't know what it said. It was about the tempo of the game. They want to play slower. We want to play faster. I didn't like the delays of game.
Scotty, you cut it from 11-3 in the first half. It looked like you were ramping up the defensive pressure, but as you said, you couldn't match their backcourt quickness. What other options do you have in that kind of situation? The full court press can't be very effective, can it?
Well, no, you got to stay more disciplined in your half court. You got to stay more. The bottom line, and Tim, without getting real complicated, you got to do a better job guarding the ball. You know, those breakdowns occur because of their quickness, and then they stretch you literally to 28 feet. You know, the hash marks on the court are 28 feet. Look where some of those threes go in from. So they stretch you with their penetration because they get great quickness, and they stretch you all the way. I mean, literally to 28 feet. But we knew this coming in. I mean, we watched as much video as I've watched in my life on this team.
What's the general approach when you have a three-point shooter like McGhee, who I guess has made as many as 7 in a game coming in, and I'm sure that's a big part of your scouting report.
It's ironic. We knew if he had a big night, we were in real trouble. And he had 34. You know, but again, you've got to give him credit. He made them. Now, do we have to do a better job? Yes. But again, it's not just on him. It's ball containment, which gets you stretched, and then he stretches the defense so far. I mean, give him credit. I have no problem doing that. He made 8 out of 11 of them.
Does that impact your thinking on recruiting, that you need more quickness if you're going to compete in this league?
Yeah, my whole life, I've loved quickness. I mean, you know, Dylan Penn's a great player. One of the reasons because he's a very, very quick player. We've had Michael Parrish in our program. We've had players in our program that are jet quick. Quickness is impossible to outcoach. You can't outcoach quickness. Nobody can.
You sometimes a game like this, you almost have to win with offense. You're going to play defense, but the ball's got to go in. It's a favorite Jeff Walsh thing. If you shoot your normal threes, you probably are closer. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you can look at this as a coach and say, well, he could have started pressure from the start. I don't know, but is there anything much to look at here that you think, well, we should have changed this or just done everything better?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that'll start here in probably about another 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, we'll do things differently. Some of it, you know, I'll be critical of some of our shot selection because there's very little margin of error, but we shot 57%. I think one of the big keys that you'll never see is there's 7 offensive rebounds, which equates they end up getting 5 more shots than us. That's a huge statistic in this game. And some of them, you give them credit. Some of them, you know, we drop a ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
We don't secure the ball. I mean, some of them are self-inflicted. Some of them you give them credit.
It is a remarkable number, though. You look at the score of this game for 67 possessions for each team, for it to be as high scoring as it is.
Well, if you got teams shooting 57 and 63%.
Yeah.
I would love to know on the 27th of February if two teams have shot those percentages anywhere in college basketball this year. I'd be curious. Usually one team may do that and, gets away of it. I'd be curious if both teams did. That was a heck of a college basketball. Look, that was. Both those teams. Let's look at this game. Every player, every coach, officials, everybody gave absolutely everything they had to give in that game. That makes for a heck of a college basketball. That's important to me. It is.
Given the transition period, Scotty, is this your March Madness this week? You're not able.
We won't do that. We've always, because we're very consistent. So we've always had a early portion of the season, Tim. I said this to someone this week. That summer period that before you play exhibition games, when you play exhibition games, and your non-conference, those are segments of the season. Then when you go into your conference play, that's a defined segment of the season because there will be a winner. It was announced today. Then your next segment is your conference tournament. Then your next segment is postseason. So we'll stay consistent. We've always done that. So we'll just play this next week. I mean, I don't know what happens with the NIT. I mean, I know what you're asking. I don't know. I know this. We'd love to go play. I know that.
I got one more, Scotty. A lot of times you'll see a team shoot the way Liberty did, and it's just so demoralizing that that's about it. I mean, we've seen some 40-point blowouts of good teams all around the country. That wasn't ever going to be an issue in this game. Just the general fight of your team, even with that.
No, I'm the luckiest guy in the world to coach. Not one thing's changed. If we'd have won that game, that locker room is ecstatic. This whole place is. If we won that game, you don't think how many texts you think I get tonight or this afternoon? That doesn't affect how I feel about this team. Just because they won a game? No. I'm with them every day. We had guys at the Bellarmine this morning, a little bit after 7 o'clock getting shots up. Our pregame meal was at 8:30 because of the early start time. We had guys in there because now, I don't feel any different about it. And I'll go to battle. I'll go to battle way beyond this. So you take all those guys. You take CJ and Ethan, guys like that, getting a Bellarmine degree this spring, going to come back and play another year. And they have that kind of fight, and they're in a gym, at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning for a noon game. Would you hire that guy with a Bellarmine degree? No matter what he does, I'd hire him.
Scotty, is there anything you guys have, this isn't really an advantage because everyone's gone through it, but you guys have done it very well. Anything you've gleaned from the back-to-back games that could help you this week during the conference tournament?
Yeah, because we're going to play Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. Our routine you're right, Tom. We're very proud of the way we've adjusted throughout the year. And if you look at our scores Friday, Saturday, how we got better throughout the year, not just the scores, our performance, that comes from a coaching standpoint. No, we'll be very consistent. And when I say that, that's from a physical and a mental standpoint. From a preparation standpoint, physically hydrating, ice baths, taking care of your body, hydrotherapy, all the things, we'll be very consistent. That's a good question. Good. Everybody okay? Hey, man, thank you guys. Thank y'all very much.
Hey, guys, one note, you'll notice attendance is 2737. That is a COVID sellout. That's as many tickets as we could sell today. So officially a sellout.
And thank those people. I mean, on behalf of our players, we appreciate it. We appreciate them. I mean, them cheering for these guys, it means so much to these guys. It means much to our whole university, to everybody. Thank everybody.